Hello, sorry if you can hear my chair squeaking. I don't know how to get rid of that sound, so I'll try to stay as perfectly still as possible. Today, I wanted to go over my 2026 goals. The template I'm using is very basic on Notion, so I'm probably not gonna send you do a thing down the bottom of the template to use unless somebody says that they want that, and then I'm sure that I can figure out how to do that. Okay, so I realized in my previous video that I spoke more about how to create my goals and what I thought about, and didn't really tell you my goals. So this one I'm going to tell you last year's goals, whether I think I completed them, and then this year's goals based on those. So the first category I had last year was making a house feel like a home. And then I had subcategories of get settled in and keep my house tidy and cute, because we moved in December last year, so this time last year. I think we've really settled in and we've got most things that we want now. So I think that is a nice little tick. We've completed that one. And keeping tidy and cute, I think, for me, has been a real success. I'm never going to have my house tidy all of the time. It's just not the kind of person I am. I'm very, as soon as something gets stressful, or as soon as I'm slightly annoyed, I just won't clean my house realistically. So there's never 100% chance of my house that they would never be I cleaned every day kind of vibe. Does that I'm blabbing a little, but the point is, I think for me, I did well on the cleaning front, but I think this year I'm gonna try and make that goal more specific. Okay, so house, a home, and then I want a little tabby tab. So I want a cleaning goal this year. Maybe I should bring back the 15-minute cleans. And I want to do 2 times a week. I think that'll be a good start for me. Just 15 minutes twice a week. If I do a little tick chart, we can see at the end of the year how well we did. Anything else? Making our house a home. I think for my house categories, that's probably going to be it. It's not a very big category. I don't really want to buy anything currently. I do need some rugs and I do need a mirror, but I'm buying things when I see things I need, kind of thing. I don't want to rush into buying something. So I bought a rug for my bedroom because I really wanted a rug, obviously. And I bought it in the wrong size, and it's kind of annoying. So I don't want to just go out and rush and buy a bunch of things that I don't need. So we'll park that one, and maybe later on in the year it can be added to the goals if I want something else. Okay, the next section was personal development, and I had to read 6 books, not to shop in Primark, and to get a hobby. I've read 3 books, and I'm currently still reading my 4th book of Harry Potter, so I did not succeed in this goal. No Primark. I didn't shop in Primark at all this year. I did buy things from Cider, which I think probably is the same issue that I have. So it's not the price of Primark that I'm I don't want to buy it for. I think it's because the ethics behind the treatment of people that work at Primark was why I kind of wanted to move away from it. I also wanted to buy more quality clothes over quantity of clothes. I wanted to have, so for instance, last year I bought my first ever pair of Levi jeans, and it'd been on my list for many, many years. So that was something that I wanted to do. I want to buy for clothes that I know that I like, I want to buy good quality clothes. And so like for the last year or so, I've been trying out new jeans because obviously nobody wears like skinny jeans anymore. Everyone wears like looser jeans. So I wanted to try out some jeans, figured out the style and stuff that I like before I bought a more expensive Levi jeans. And I love my Levi jeans. They are actually like one of my top worn jeans now, especially now it's winter because they're more of a like dark colour. But yes, so I think my no Primark one I did well. I did buy things from Cider that sadly either, I think like a lot of the stuff that I bought from Cider was good quality, but I bought some shoes that I shouldn't have bought shoes online and they just don't fit, which is a bit annoying. But I think I did quite well on that one. I'll give myself a little tick. I should be making a little note on this, and then at the end we'll come back and we'll give a little rating. Right, get a hobby. I'm going to go with this is actually a fail because if it works. I said currently I'm enjoying Saturday runs with Josh, and we did running until the summertime, and I really enjoyed running in the summer. I don't really enjoy running in the winter. So now if I do running, it's for fitness, not because I enjoy. So I'm going to say that's not a hobby. Maybe this could be my hobby. Does this count? If so, let me know in the comments if you would say that this YouTube channel has counted as a hobby, because I've actually been doing this for a bit now and I have been quite consistent. So maybe I'll make a little note. Did YouTube, does that count? Count. Yes, I'm making notes to myself if you're wondering who I've made that note for. I'm going to say no, I didn't really get a hobby. So let's go for thoughts this year. Developments. Personal development. So, reading. I'm going to go back. I'm going to read 6 books. Whoa. I will complete that goal at some point. And I know that last year I went down, but last year was quite a stressful year because I changed jobs and I moved house and blah, 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 blah. There was just a lot going on last year. So I feel like I'm giving myself wiggle room. I feel like I'm not annoyed that I didn't complete that goal because I had things going on. I'm going to go with continue to buy quality clothes for things that I know I'm going to like for a long time. Continue. My spelling is awful. Sorry, I went out drinking last night, so if my voice sounds a little hoarse as well, that's why. Because I was singing and drinking, and that just always makes my throat sound a little grim. Okay, continue to buy good quality clothes and purchase less. Yeah, what was my last one? Get a hobby. I would like to get a hobby. I think it's tricky because I like doing things. So there's a couple of things that I'm like, that would be fun as a hobby. But the things that I can think of at the top of my head currently are all you need like classes to do. Like I couldn't do them by myself, which is a bit annoying. I need like something to do with my hands hobby. If anyone has any ideas, let me know, because I would like to. I'd like to try knitting. I bought like a crochet pumpkin thing, like a knit your own pumpkin thing a couple of years ago, right? And it's been in the cupboard for like literally 3 years, and every year at Christmas, at Halloween, I take her out of the cupboard and I look at the list and instructions of how to do this crocheting, and I cannot do it. So maybe I just need to start watching YouTube videos, buy something and watch a YouTube video on how to do it, because I cannot figure it out from the reading. If you don't know, I'm dyslexic, so reading instructions is not helpful for me because I'm not great with reading. So that's why that one hasn't worked very well. You know what? A couple friends of mine do pottery. So, okay, hobbies to try/retry. I would like to try pottery. Maybe some knitting. Maybe a little paint by numbers. I'll put that in a different thing. That'll come up later. I tried surfing abroad, and I'd like to retry because I actually really enjoyed. Running could be another one that I can go back into a hobby more in the summertime. I think that you don't have to like constantly do one hobby either. So I think like knitting is a nice winter hobby that I could pick up, whereas running is a hobby that I'd like to do in the summertime. So I think if I have a couple, then I can flip and flop, because I like hyper focus on things, and then I get bored, and then I won't touch it for ages, and then I'll come back. It's the same with why I tried to learn German and have gone nowhere with it, because I will do it for a bit and then I'll kind of just forget about it. I'm aware that that's not great, but that's my brain sometimes. Yeah, I think they're the ones that I'm going to keep on the list currently. I can add if I want to try anything. Yes, so we've got pottery, knitting, surfing, running. That's 4 I can try throughout the year. 2, I'd say, are indoorsy and 2 are outdoorsy. So that's like summer and winter, hopefully. Okay, that's my personal development. Next, I had relationships. I wanted to see my friends monthly, and I wanted to make more time to spend with my family. I succeeded at seeing my friends monthly. I wrote down a list, like Jan to December, and every time I went out with a friend, I marked it down. So I'd like to continue to do that. I kind of want to change it though. So last year I needed to go out and see friends every month, or like them come to see me, have like actual in-person plans with friends every month. And it only had to be one friend, like one person a month. This time I'm going to put down like the 3 friendship groups that I have that I see regularly. I'm going to put like three categories down of those 3 names. So like friendship group A, B, and C. And I'm going to try and make sure that I keep in contact with all of them every month is my plan. It obviously then can be like, I text my friends this month, but then hopefully every 3rd month it will be a in-person kind of thing going on. That's my plan. So that's what I'm going to change that one to be. I'll write this one down now actually, so I don't forget, since I've just blabbered on about it. Relationships. Contact, friendship, cat blocks. Contact, friendship, groups. Monthly. I can't put like a little thing in here. Voila. Tablet. Okay, I won't set up that all now because we'll be here for days. Next was to spend more time with my family. I unbelievably didn't succeed on this one actually. So the initial plan was I wanted to like take my niece and nephew out for a walk in the first quarter. Was it? No, I wanted to go like do something with them in the first quarter and then potentially have a sleepover later on in the year, and then just like at least once a quarter make like an effort to do something with my niece and nephew. But it just got out of hand and I've not done that. So this year I would like to make a thing of every month I need to do something that isn't just text my family. It needs to be like see them in person, do a voice call, find something fun and interesting that I think they'd like, kind of vibe. It needs to be like a conscious effort to stay in contact with them, you know, as opposed to just general chit chat that I do with my family. So conscious contact, deliberate, right? Deliberate contact with family each month. Yeah, that's a good one for me. I like that one. As I said, I didn't succeed on that one last year though, so we'll see how that goes. But I think I'd given myself a quarterly goal of trying and I didn't succeed. So now saying that I want to do it once every month is going to be tricky, but we'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. Okay, next step, finances. I wanted an emergency fund, and that was it. So I looked online, an emergency fund is, they say to have between 3 and 6 months salary saved up. And I succeeded in that this year. So I want in the coming year to start investing now that I have an emergency fund saved up. So basically I looked online at the 3-6 months and I said like I want it to be within there. Obviously if I was at the higher end, my 6 months, perfect. And if I'm more towards the lower end, then it is what it is. I also thought that I potentially wasn't going to hit that target this year because I moved, so I needed to buy new furniture and legal costs and stuff. So I was like, I think my savings will take a hit. And we went on a big holiday this year too. So I did think that that was a lofty goal, but I hit it. And now this year, I would like to move half of that savings into investing as opposed to a savings account, and then add £100 each month to my investments. I don't think I've ever really chatted about how I do my just normal savings, by the way. So I'll just have a quick thing. So I have 2 savings accounts. I have a instant savings account that has a normal normal bank interest rate, and then I have another savings account that has a slightly higher rate. You can obviously, if you look on your bank, they will tell you, or if you look online, they'll tell you different bank accounts that you can have, and ones where they can put a fixed amount in and you don't touch it for a year and they'll give you a really high interest rate, and there'll be ones where you can put a high amount in and you can still use them and stuff like that. So you'll have to look to what banks are good for you, but this is what I do. I have my normal bank account, my normal savings account, and each month I put my savings from my current account to my savings account. And then if I know, for instance, that I've spent a lot of money on my credit card, I will save money in my current savings account, in my general savings account, to pay off my credit card. Or if I know I'm going to have a high car fee, I will deliberately keep money in my savings account, my small savings account, to pay off those amounts. And then when I've put savings up to £1,000, I will move that from the current savings account to a bigger savings pot, is how I see it. And to me, this is helpful because I have them on 2 different banking apps. And so I have like my normal current account and then my savings account. So they'll say like, you have, this is how much you've got each month, and then you have a small amount of savings, but nothing particularly large. And then when it gets a little higher, I move that money into a bank account where I don't like regularly look at, and it all just sits there and it's out of the way, and it gets more interest than my other account. So that's how I do that, and I'm going to continue doing that this year. But on the side, I'm gonna have an investment pot, which I would have already put half of my like big savings in, and then I'll continue to up it £100. And then when I have like in my big savings account, when that hits like a big amount, if I said like going from one to the other is like 1,000, say if I got 5,000 in the other, I'd be like, I'm going to move that, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't make sense to anyone else, but in my head, I'm like, yes, this is what I want to do, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is my very long ramble about what I'm going to do for investing. I should preface that I don't think I'm allowed to give investment advice on the internet, and that is not where I was. I was just saying how I am planning on investing, and that was finances. Oh, my spelling. Okay. Move half of 2025 savings to investing. Invest monthly. I don't need to write that, that'll be in there. I'd like a goal for funds at the end of the year, just for like a me thing. So I'd like my emergency fund to equal, I'll pick an amount, and I'd like my investments to equal an amount. This thing is doing my head in. Just doesn't work. Okay, sick. Okay, so I'll read out all of the ones at the end instead of going through each one. Yes. What was next? Career. I said the goals of don't get fired and work less time on the weekend, because I'd started a new job, and it was quite a step up for me. I was worried that I was going to get fired, so I spent the first 6 months panicking that I was in fact going to be fired. And then after I'd had my probation meeting and they were like, no, we think you do well, I was like, okay, now that I know that I'm doing fine, I will try and reduce the hours that I spent out of work on work, because I thought I was doing bad. So if there was something that I thought I was spending like too long on, I would do it in my personal time instead of working on it in work time. And that was fine, and I was happy to do that. Like, I was never told to do that. It was just a thing that I did because I didn't want to be a screw up. But this year, I think I'm gonna have to. Oh, I didn't say whether I did in fact not get fired, and I have definitely reduced the amount of hours that I work in my personal time. Career. I feel like my voice sounds really croaky now. I probably shouldn't have done this video, which is 30 minutes long, with a hangover voice, but it is what it is. I'm sorry, we've started, we've got to go. Okay, this year I think I would like to start working towards a promotion. Obviously, like, I had a meeting with the partners in the company that I work for, and they tell you each year, like, this is the level you're at, this is the level that you want to be at next. If you look at like this is how we can get in, this is how long we think it would be. And obviously I've said that I would like to continue to progress. So I need to start working on the things that they've told me to work on now to get further in my career. So that's exciting. I quite like that one. Yeah, makes me happy when I did come out of my appraisal feeling quite happy about that. Next, do I have any other career goals? I think it's just that really. I just want to start working towards a promotion. Okay, next we have health. Boop. Okay, last year's health goals. I just had stay active, which is really unhelpful. I did have a couple little drop downs from there. Yeah, sorry. So I had drop downs. Go to the gym at least once a week throughout the whole year. Because I try to go 3 times a week, but I'll go for 3 times a week and then I won't go for a month. And then I'll go back. So I thought if I look at going once a week, I can tally up if that works. So I have already checked. I'm pretty sure I didn't hit that goal, which is why I've done a video. I'll try link it in the corner. That I wanted to focus on one of my goals before the end of the year, and I picked fitness because I thought this was one that I could actually do good on in improving. So you'll have to go back to the video to see if I improved. I haven't actually looked to see if how many times I've been to the gym this year to know if I've hit that goal. I will have to have a look and maybe write something at the bottom. I wanted to run a 10k. I did that, and then I said to run a half marathon after I'd completed that, which I did. So fitness wise, I think it was a pretty good year for me actually. So next year I would like to run another half marathon. I don't think I'd ever go up to a marathon, honestly. Like, running a half marathon was long enough. I quite enjoyed, I finally got that runner's high that people get around, I think it was on 7k, which is weird because like normally I do 7k and like I wouldn't have thought anything of it. I have a video on that. I'll leave a video of that one as well somewhere, of me running my first half marathon. I didn't do like an event. I just went by myself because I was meant to run on a holiday in Perth. And in hindsight, since that was a good thing because it was absolutely boiling weather, so I'm glad I didn't do that. Yeah, I'd like to run another half marathon. I'm going to look at how many days I went to the gym and I'm going to try and increase that. So increase, go to gym X times in the year. I'll leave a little thing down the bottom of how many times I've actually been in the year to how many times I'm going to increase it by. I'll leave a little note. Sorry, I haven't looked into that one. Hello, welcome to the next day editing me. So I thought I'd give you a little bit more detail on this because I started blabbing on about how I had created, I wanted to go each week, but I wanted to go to the gym at least once a week, and I didn't think I hit that goal, but I didn't remember the numbers off the top of my head, and I hadn't wrote them down. But I've wrote them down now. So, as of that, yesterday, the 20th of December, I went to the gym 24 times. I went for gym workouts 24 times in the year, and I ran 61 times in the year, which equals 85 times fitness things that I did, and that's just them two. So that didn't count the fact that I tried surfing, I went kayaking, If I did like rock climbing with my friends, we've tried like some like dance classes and stuff. None of those were included. It was just runs and physically going to the gym for weight training exercises. I did that 85 times in 2025. So in 2026, I want to hit 100. But last year I was training for an event. I had planned to do first a 10k and then I planned a half marathon. So I did more running than going to the gym. And next year I want to flip that and I want to do more. I want to focus more on the gym than running. So I've given myself the goal of go to the gym 50 times and go for a run 50 times. And hopefully I can do that. What was the last one? Oh, it was just them two. Run, go to the gym. Yeah. I think it's just them. I think that's my entire thing. I seen a person that wrote a little letter. Oh, no, I need to do my quarters now. Quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four. Okay. And then from here, each quarter, I will give myself set goals that I would like to achieve based on them goals, if that makes sense. I just want like one or two things that I can try and focus on that I can get towards those goals. So I'm going to go in the first quarter, I'm moving savings to investments. I don't know whether I should start off with read 2 books. I'm going to do it, but I think it's going to be a bad idea, personally, because I did this last year and it didn't work. And I haven't read the current book I'm on, but we'll go with it for now. Why are you being weird? Read 2 books? Question mark. Should I, now this is a question to you as a viewer, do the 15 minutes twice a week? Should I try and make that into a short form video? Would that be something you're interested in? If it is, let me know. We can try do that. I'll check that as a maybe. Videos on cleaning 15 minutes. It's got a little question mark. And we'll maybe that. Okay, I think 3 is enough. I've been doing good at the gym, so I've not given myself a specific gym target because currently I'm doing fine. So I don't need to be like, you've got to go to the gym, because I'm going. Like, I don't need to tell myself. I seen this woman, I seen like someone on YouTube, and she had given herself, like wrote a letter to herself for like at the start of 2025 to read back in 2026. So I think I'm going to sit and do that. I'm going to do that off camera because that feels like a weird thing to do. But that's my goals for the year. Let me know what you think. I know they're like, I feel like other people have like real strict, really like goals. But that's just not me. It would never happen. But I'm getting better with my goals. Yes. I'm going to stop talking now because, as I said, my voice is feeling very croaky. Yes. If you liked, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you. Or I don't know if this will be the last one. I think there's another video. I think there'll be one more video. 2 more videos. Though it's close to the year end at this point. I think there'll be one more video from this. So maybe I'll do a cleaner video starting, because that'll come out on the 31st. There'll be I don't know what I've done now. A cleaner video for the 31st, because then we're starting the year with a clean slate. That sound like a good idea. Come back on Wednesday for the last. Also, it's the last of like the 2 videos a week, and then we're going back to 1 video a week. It's been a lot. Yeah. Anyway, I've blabbered as per usual. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. See you in the next video, hopefully.